Hi, my loves. I hope you're doing well. If you are new here, please like and subscribe. But if not, just feel free to watch and hopefully you gain some wisdom or knowledge from my pet talks. I've been picking up on this feeling lately for the collective that, and for me too, that our souls just want to be seen at this time. A lot of you guys might be hearing this from other readers, or you kind of feel it, that you're about to enter into a new cycle or a new stage of your life where things are going to end up changing for you. And a lot of you guys are still waiting on this, or you feel like you're waiting. And some of you might also feel like you don't know what that is yet. You aren't too sure of your calling or what you're supposed to be doing. I'm picking up on this uncertainty, this wholeness that you're trying to search for in something that will bring you some sort of completeness, and you just haven't gotten there yet. Sometimes your purpose isn't meant for the things that society says is successful. White picket fence house and, all the stuff that society deems as noteworthy, or we as individuals have adapted, instead of defining for ourselves what exactly success means to us. And I've been thinking a lot about that because I've never really felt that successful. I've always wanted to be more, do more. I've wanted to become certain things other than myself. And I work hard a lot to try and be the best that I can be in everything that I do. I guess that's kind of Scorpio energy right there. We want to be the best at everything, but that perfectionism is also a curse in a way. But I think success can look different for each person, and it will. Because what success means to me is going to be different for you. And so I had to ponder about that for a minute and think that, yeah, I guess I am successful. I don't have a lot of things that some other people do. But for what I'm doing and who I am, where I'm at is a pretty good place. And I'm starting to become more grateful for that, for everything that I have and where I am in life. Even if it means that I can be lonely most of the time. It's just such as it is in a way where I can find that fulfillment and that peace on my own. Which has been sort of surprising because I always thought I would find that in another person. But on this self-love journey I've taken, it really doesn't matter where you find it, as long as you find fulfillment in it. And yeah, I guess for some people that could be in another person. But for me, I learned that it's not. And that's okay. For me, fulfillment means art, poetry, writing, photography. Those are the things that really make me happy. And I know that if I were to get rid of those from my life, I would no longer have that sort of fulfillment. But I'm saying all this not to talk about myself or make it all about me, but to use myself as an example that your success in life has to do a lot with what makes you happy. Because what makes you happy fulfills you. And you're gonna find that fulfillment in different things. You want some sort of fulfillment in being seen for who you are, or being acknowledged for something that you do, or something that you have done. You know, maybe you feel unappreciated at work, or the business that you're doing isn't being seen, or your family kind of overlooks the resources that you provide for them, or the chores and the cooking and the cleaning that you do. There's a lot of things that we do every day that it seems like most people overlook, and we don't want to be forgotten. Every human has felt that way, especially writers and artists and creatives. We are so scared to not be remembered. We're so scared that we're going to be forgotten in some way, that our legacy is going to die in our craft. But that's a whole other different spiel. What I'm saying is that if you aren't feeling seen right now at this time, Spirit just wants me to tell you that you are seen. And that even if you don't know what you're doing or what your purpose is right now, there's gonna be a certain path or a road that's gonna unfold for you. And at this time, all you really have to do is sit back and relax and surrender and accept where you are right now. But also find fulfillment in where you are right now. Find that happiness in the things that are around you right now, and do that. Because Spirit is telling me that wherever you look, wherever that fulfillment takes you, that is the start. It's leading you somewhere that you're not expecting to go right now, and Spirit is just asking that you trust and where you're being guided. I'm picking up on a lot of you that feel like for most of your life you've been unnoticed or forgotten or left behind in some way, and people have overlooked you. And you're waiting for your moment. You're waiting for your limelight, your red carpet. You're waiting for some sort of acknowledgement that everything that you've been through, all the pain you've been through and the heartache and the hardships, everything that you've been through, you're waiting for it to have a meaning. Or you're waiting for something big to happen that gives meaning to everything that you've been through, so that what you have been through hasn't been for nothing. And that's really hard to accept sometimes. That often there are no real reasons for things that we've gone through. Unfortunately, some of those things have just happened, and there's no meaning or point beyond it except that we had to heal and learn from it. But we make our own stories with it. Because if you are hurting, you can keep that inside of you and never heal it. And that story of you being hurt becomes something that you live in. You live in that pain, you live in that hurt and that grief and sorrow and depression. But you have to give meaning to the things that have happened to you. And I really feel like that's what Spirit is asking you to do right now, is to give meaning, give purpose to those parts of yourself that are not being seen, that are in the shadows or going unnoticed. Notice those parts of yourself that need that healing and that grace. Because you're being asked to change it. You're being asked that instead of deciding that what you've been through has no purpose, you're being asked to give it a meaning. And what they mean by that, what my guides or your guides mean by that, is that take what you've been through and use it as a means for transformation. Use it to inspire other people. Use it to change your life or someone else's. What you've been through doesn't have to be for naught. And I'm not saying that you have to do that, or that you have to find some sort of meaning or purpose in it. Because trauma is still trauma, and everybody needs their own time to recognize it and heal it and come to terms with it. But this is for the people who feel like they are ready to step out of the confines they've been holding themselves in for such a long time. Perhaps your whole life. You've been holding on to this trauma of what someone did to you, whether that was an adult or another peer. Don't let that become who you are. And I know I say this and it sounds easy, and I don't want you to think that I don't understand, or that I don't have some sort of empathy, because I do. As much as I've been through, I've realized that the purpose in it for me was that I could help other people. I've gone through so many different experiences. At this point, I feel like I have a little bit of knowledge in every single thing. I could tell you all about how to treat burns. I could tell you all about bullying and homelessness and being ostracized and disowned and, abused. And that's only half of it. But I'm not saying this for pity or to show off at something. No, I don't. And there are parts of myself I still won't talk about because I don't feel like there needs to be a reason to share it. But where I'm coming from is in a place of good intent. Because I know, as I've experienced pain, I know now how not to give it to other people. And in a way, I also know now how to almost cure people of it, of their struggles. But I'm not God, and I'm not perfect, and I can't save everyone, and neither can you, because in the end, you can't heal a heart you didn't break. And that might be one of the biggest lessons for empaths. Captain Save-A-Ho, that saying. But it's hard to see someone that you love suffer and watch that and not do anything about it. But sometimes that tough love has to come in where you love that person just enough to realize that you can never teach them the lesson. That even if you told them how it would end up or the outcome, they wouldn't listen to you. They would still go their own way. So you let them go and you let them make their choices and their decisions, still knowing what's to come. And you let them, because you know that's the only way that they're going to grow. Because in the end, if you really are a caring person, you really just want the best for them, whatever that is and whatever way that is. And sometimes that doesn't involve you. You're gonna have to set some people go sometimes and realize that their future or their destiny or their journey no longer includes you in it. Another thing I had to learn, one of my dear friends taught me a long time ago that people are temporary. And at the time, that was such a hard thing for me to digest, because I think I was like 18, 19 at the time, and hearing that was just too much for me. I didn't want to believe that people could leave me so easily, or that they would be gone. And as time went on, it proved to be true every time. And as every moment passed in which people did leave, I just saw in the end how it was me really letting go of abandonment. And in the end, I started to see that I never really had them anyway, because they were never mine. I can never control another person, and to even think that, that person is mine or that they belong to me is unrealistic and controlling. But at the end, you realize just how much you needed yourself more than other people. How you needed love. You just needed love. Maybe you guys are looking back on your life right now and you're realizing that, or you've come to realize that you've grown so much, and you wonder why you didn't know everything then that you know now. Because if you had known, you wouldn't have put yourself in the same positions or in those same places or situations. You would have known what was good for you. And a lot of you are questioning your purpose now because of that, because of the things that you've been through. It's like kind of like an index in a book where every single chapter evolves into one long story, and at this point in your life you're looking back on the chapters and you're wondering how each chapter came to be so long into a book. How a chapter became another chapter and another chapter, and soon you've just had this whole encyclopedia. So, as I'm channeling these messages for you from my guides, they want you to know you're here for a reason. And if you didn't have that purpose, you would no longer be here. What you need to know right now is that you're being seen and noticed by the universe. And perhaps they want me to tell you at this time that you need to go and search for something. You must search for what you want. Because they're saying to me at this time, whatever you are searching for is searching for you. What you are seeking is seeking you. The universe is a mirror to you right now. Whatever is inside of you is going to reflect back at you. That is how it is right now at this moment. Your intentions, your thoughts, your actions, the universe will mirror that right now. So if you are searching for your highest good, if you are searching for that peace, that grace, that abundance, if you are looking to your higher self or your higher power at this moment and your guides, all of that is staring right back at you, and that they're there for you right now. And right now, that is your purpose, is to just do that and to find whatever is looking for you. So that is the message, my loves. I hope it helped. I hope it resonated, and I hope that it made sense to you. If it did resonate, please leave a comment so that I know what I'm doing is actually helping people or helping someone. But I don't know, a lot of people might not see this, and that's okay, because I'm not really doing this for the views or likes or whatever. I don't care about that. What I do care about is getting it to the right people, because I'm hoping that whatever I'm saying reveals some truth to someone that they might need to hear. So if this message wasn't for you, maybe it's for someone else you know. So thank you for listening to me. My guides, thank you for listening to me, and your guides and angels want to thank you too, and acknowledge them, because they're there. And they love you, and they always have been, and they always will. But I am praying for your peace, your happiness, and your abundance, and may you receive everything that you deserve in tenfold. I love you. Have a great day. Stay safe. Bye.